Hello and welcome to Realexcel Epilepsy Portal. Today's Sunday hangout, community hangout. What I wanted to do is, first of all, this is specially made to wish you a happy holiday season. Well, early beforehand, so when you're gonna be busy or whatever for the holidays, that you already know that we have sent you the wishes from both of us, and that we wish you have a great time, that you take time to connect with your family and friends, and with us, of course, if you wish. We will be here more often. Actually, I'm gonna start streaming almost every day. This is to help you guys to get through the COVID and pandemic in those difficult times, for support and just to spend more time together and have some fun. Okay, today after the stream we're gonna have watch party, so we can watch a nice movie, and it will depend what we can go over and pick a movie that we want to watch. I hope you guys can connect to Twitch. If not, we can come up with another solution. Maybe for the next time. I don't know for today. But the best thing, I already have everything set up on Twitch. So at 3 o'clock, when we finish this stream, we can go and watch the movie there. So some kind of comedy. If you already have a movie you want to watch, that's available on Amazon Prime, let me know. Okay, so let me know who is here today. I just want to check and see if oh, sorry about that. What's going on? It's not playing. Should be playing. Okay, should be playing right now. Okay, so guys, can you hear? Hold on, because for some reason I don't hear. Okay, I just want to be able to hear the volume. So if anyone can tell me if the volume is on and working okay, I'm just gonna press mine up. Let's see if I can hear. Okay, well, the mic seems to be working, and oh, so can you guys tell me if you can hear me well and if the microphone is working right now? I just want to make sure that everything is in order, that there's no echo, and that you can hear me well. I can't do anything about the noise that's kind of over there, because that's inside the building, inside my apartment. So I can't do anything about that. But today is all about you, and thank you for being here with me. Today is about talking about, if you're ready for Christmas, of course, anything else that you want to talk about. I do have a video that I will be showing today of Sophie. Hello, Sophie. Hello, I am here. Volume is good. Okay, super. So I don't have to be connecting to the volume, because I kind of didn't want to do that. So Sophie, great that you're here. I have chosen one video to play today that you have sent me of your absence seizure. Okay, and so we can share that. And will Virginia be around? Unfortunately, Virginia is sleeping. She's been doing some gaming streaming on Twitch, and she's been super busy, so spending a lot of actually time very late at night, and so that's why she's actually sleeping right now. And she's been sleeping for 12 hours a day, so she's making up for the lost time. And I told her that if she needs a 12-hour sleep, for her to go ahead and you know, and sleep 12 hours. She grew up, well, not sleeping for many years. She was going through difficult times, and so I told her if she wants to, right now, she wants to um, repair her, well, brain cells and stuff like that, then the best way of doing that is by sleeping, because that's when the body is repairing, and that's when the body is recharging, it's growing new cells, and so there it is. So today I wanted to show you this. I don't know if you are ready, maybe just in a little bit, Sophie. I wanted to talk about absence seizures, okay? um, because when I was watching your video, I was remembering how Virginia used to have absence seizures, and she has, this one is just gonna be a photograph, but I want you to see this, guys. So Virginia had, this was in a park. We went to, you know, just to spend some time in the Algonquin Park, which is a beautiful, beautiful park. We went there to spend 4 days with my older daughter and a friend, Virginia's friend, and Virginia had a 15-minute long absence seizure. Like, she did not come out of it at all until like 15 minutes later. I was unaware that absence seizures, you know, like, this was the first time that I've dealt with it for such a long time, first of all. And it was an absence and a tonic seizure. And then she actually, I was expecting a tonic-clonic seizure after that. She never had the tonic-clonic. So I laid her down. She stayed until she recuperated, until she recovered. And then, well, after that, we went home. But that was my first experience with her having such a long seizure. And obviously um, it was you know, it was too long. You can, you know, up to 5 minutes, a seizure, you know, is considered to be acceptable, and after 5 minutes it's considered to be dangerous. And so at that time I didn't know, okay, and that was a few years back. And for absence seizures, um, I was not very knowledgeable about absence seizures at that time. Okay, so today I will be showing our friend's seizure. uh, Hers is an absence seizure. Sophie, I'm gonna put your video on right now, okay? And so this here is, so Sophie has flurries. Well, there's no volume on it. So Sophie has flurries. She calls them flurries, and this is like one of the very short absence seizures, one after another. So she's got them in clusters, okay? And here it goes. So I'm sure you can see how she opens her eyes and how her pupils react. Okay, so she came out of it for a bit, and there she goes again, and she's having more of these. So those are like clusters of seizures, like one right after another. And yeah. So Sophie says, yes, non-convulsive status epilepticus. Thank you, Sophie. I am super tired. I didn't have many, or enough, let's say, just I didn't have enough hours of sleep last night, and so my brain is a little slow today. But yes, status epilepticus, and so Virginia had also status epilepticus in that park, and she had that a few times in the past as well, with different types of seizures. So from anywhere from tonic-clonic to absence, and she also had eyelid myoclonia, and she had the absence tonic as well. Those were the ones that in the absence seizures, those were the ones that lasted like the longest, pretty much, where it came to absence seizures with in Virginia's case anyway. Guys, are you ready for Christmas? Tell me. I want to wish you, from both of us, because she's sleeping, and I know she wants to wish you also a very, very Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate. A very happy holiday season. That you guys still make an effort to connect with your friends, with your family, to especially, like, don't try to kind of just shy away, because we're in a lockdown. We are in a lockdown, and not everybody is, but it is hard, and connections are hard at that time, and a lot of people are going through a social kind of social withdrawal, because they feel that need of connecting with others, and if they're not able to talk to people, then it's becomes a very hard issue. So Sophie says, thank you for what you and Virginia are doing. I am glad to be here. So am I, Sophie. It is a very nice to have you always with us. You've been here since since we started. So that is a super cool thing. Okay, and I would like to kind of develop this into something, maybe down the road, if you want to help out, and with the videos and stuff like that, then we can talk about it, and I'll be happy to have you. And Shannon, hi Shannon. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for. Oh, that is Shannon who said that. I thought it was Sophie. Okay. Sorry about that. So yes, you are welcome, Shannon. Definitely, we have been doing this. Virginia's the one who has the seizures, and I've been taping them and putting them out there with her permission, and she said that she wanted to share this her experiences and our knowledge over the years, as it became, with you guys, so you can learn from us, and that she can help other people to if she said, I can help anyone to not to go through such difficult times that she was going through, because she always felt super lonely with seizures, and isolated, and there's a lot of isolation and loneliness, and a lot of other super difficult emotions that go with it. So she wanted to help others to have kind of, to know that they're not alone, that you guys are not alone, and that there are other people who go through the same thing, and just to stick together, and support each other, and know that we are stronger together. Shannon has juvenile myoclonic tonic epilepsy with absence seizures. Okay. So Shannon, Virginia was going through a phase where she had those, where she started having those. The first time she had it, it was very scary for me, because I already knew her tonic-clonic seizures, but I was pretty much unaware of kind of all the types of seizures, or I wasn't expecting her to have any other types of seizures. So when she started to having the myoclonia, and then I kind of found out and started differentiating between the tonic part of her absent seizures, and it was just a new experience, and it was something that I had to learn, and now we can share it with others. There has been a few people who have approached me, and they didn't know. There was this one lady. She said she has this eye fluttering. She saw Virginia's video, and she said, oh, she has that, but she says that her sister says that she has that, and she doesn't know if that's seizures. So this can help other people to to go to the doctor, and to go and have a doctor diagnose you with the proper to know what you have, and to help you to address that. So Shannon says, I am 47. I have experienced it since around 8 years old. Thank you for sharing, Shannon. So I just want to let you know that I am reading these comments. If you don't want anything read out loud, please let me know. The comments are saved for after the video, so when on the video replay, the comments are there. They're gonna be available as the video is available at the same time. Okay, and so Virginia started having her seizures at the age of 13. Hers started as tonic-clonic seizures. Now, I think first couple of seizures, they were different. They were not. They probably started as I was not present for them. But from what I have heard from Virginia's friends, I think they started out as either myoclonic or just absent seizures, and then they have developed into tonic-clonic seizures. Sophie says, one of my... Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, yeah, no problem, guys. You just let me know if you don't want it to be read out. I don't have to read all the comments. Okay, it's okay for the comments to be okay. So Shannon says it's okay. All right. So I'm just letting you know that these comments are available even after when the video is available for replay. Okay. And Shannon, so how are you guys dealing with with the pandemic, like on top of everything else that that you already deal with, and how is that impacting you? Now Virginia made a comment the other day. I asked her, well, how is it impacting you? She says, my life hasn't changed at all. It's the same as it was before, because because of her condition, so she doesn't really go much. It did change. So yes, she, from the little that she was actually the little time that she was going out and spending with friends, once a month she had like meetings with a local epilepsy group, her age group, and she really looked forward to those meetings. They had a meeting, they had a discussion, they had like pizza and stuff, and then they went out after. So it was a great time for her, and great connection with other people who understand the condition, because they understand what you go through, and it's a completely different conversation with someone who knows what you're going through, because they understand you. So Shannon says, oh, Lisa, oh, hello, Lisa, thank you for coming to the stream. You are very welcome to make any comments, and so I'm just gonna read it out. My seizures started as a grand mal, okay, and have increased in many forms as I have passed away from my epilepsy 3 times, and I had not let it get me down. Very good. Other than being not able to work. Yes. So, thank you for sharing, Lisa. This absolutely is one of the biggest issues is, to be able to have work and to, bring adequate amount of income to be able to, sustain ourselves. So, Virginia, my daughter, also had different types of seizures. They also developed from the tonic-clonic. So, yeah, I understand what you're going through. Um, and when it comes to work, it is also not just a physical trait, it is an emotional issue as well, because I know Virginia wants to work, and right now, we did have, both of us actually, I'm also disabled, but both of us were able to make some extra money before the pandemic, and just, some part-time on the side, and that kind of helped us to pay the bills and stuff. But since the pandemic, it's been non-existent. So we've been looking for different ways of finding income, which is right now it's pretty much online. So yeah, now how are you guys hanging in there where it comes to income? And I'm pretty sure that with the pandemic, a lot of people not not just lost their jobs, but also had a difficulty in maybe maintaining it. And a lot of people here, especially in the city, there's a very difficult situation. Now, Sophie says that I am still here. Yes, just a different account. Hope you can see the. You hope you can see me. Yeah. Yes. If that's what you. Let me see, Sophie. Oh, okay. It shows a different color. As long as I see your name, Sophia, that's fine. Yes, it shows. Okay. And Shannon says, yes, my life is the same. I stay active with my family. So that is a great thing, because more than anything, I am super tired today, guys. So if I'm kind of stumbling a little bit, it's because my brain is a little bit slow. But I'm going to have some water, and that's going to help me for sure. Okay, just give me a sec. So yes, staying on top of things, especially in a pandemic. I'm gonna just adjust myself a little bit. Especially in a pandemic, trying to and working on keeping um, some kind of routine. Okay, so let's say somebody is suddenly not, or they were going to school, or they were working, and suddenly they're not working, and then they don't have school. I can talk about this from experience, because the life, or anyone's life, is completely different when they're busy every day, doing things. They're busy working or going to school, and then suddenly it's boom, you're just home. There's nothing to do. So keeping busy helps to maintain the person busy. You're still moving around. Even I want to talk about this because this is super important. When you move around a lot, when let's say you go to work and you come back from work, you walk around at work, So you are moving around a lot, okay? Your lymphatic system is moving, you're moving around, your blood is flowing pretty good. So your body usually is even in a better shape than if you were just home, sitting, or on a couch or laying around. Um, to have if you don't have a routine set up for yourself, it would be a great idea to for you to create one for yourself. Okay, something that will keep you busy every day, and something that will help you enhance your life. So you got to write these things down and ask yourself those questions. Okay, what is it that I would want to improve in my life? So, and what could I do to improve my life? What could I do every day? Do I want to do it every day? Ask yourself questions and then answer them. And then write it down, because this is the best solution for it, okay? Anyway, Sophie says, hi. Okay, I got that. And there is more to epilepsy than just seizures. Absolutely. Uh, and Lisa says, I went to college and completed law school and got a master's in plumbing and framework. Very nice. As well as my journey meant in welding. So I was very upset about being put on disability. Yes, Lisa, I completely understand you. Okay, now I have actually struggled to get. I didn't have like a profession for many years. Then at some point of my life, I have decided um, to go ahead and get at least some type of profession. I went to to do an AZ license. Okay, AZ, for those of you who don't know, it's a tractor trailer. So one of those huge tractor trailers. I was driving that. Okay, I did the course. It was school course, whatever. I just called it a course. But I went through the school. I did the course. I passed it. I worked for a month, and then my daughter started having very frequent seizures. So that was the end of that. So, and then my personal disability prevented me from working or from continuing my work as well. And so I understand on that level where you're coming from. um, Lisa says, you are so right on point with that for sure. um, it is very, very, like, for me, personally, it was super difficult to come to terms with that, because even though I had like at first I had a car accident, so that's my first kind of disability started with that. Then I got a little bit better, but I never recovered completely. Then I had two more accidents. They were not car accidents, but they were accidents, and just my health deteriorated with that. And every time, and I was expecting to get to the, when you're younger, or I'm obviously not as young. So when you're younger, or when I was younger, my health would bounce back, like, you got something happen, and then you just poof, quickly bounce back. But it was not so. And so I was waiting for that time where I would say, okay, it's should have been time where for me to get better, and just to realize that things are not gonna get better. That I need to come to terms that my condition is here to stay, and it's a permanent condition. Um, I need to understand, and I need to make some life changes. And so just coming to terms to that was a huge eye opener, and it brought a lot of understanding of what people with disabilities go through. So Sophie says, one of the hardest things I had to do was accept that I am disabled and in the future I will need help. Yes. Guys, never be afraid to ask for help. When you need help, always ask for it, okay? Virginia, she tries to, obviously she's young, and she tries to, like, always. When I was young, I always wanted to do things by myself. I wanted to be that independent person, and even being young, I needed help once in a while. But the thing is that, especially um, when you have disability, never be afraid, never feel bad about asking for help. It is just something, you ask for help. The person who you're asking for it is either willing to do it or not. If they're willing to do it, it's because they want to. Okay? If they're not willing to do it, well, then, toodaloo. Okay? Okay, and that's what I came to terms too. Because, like, right now, if I'm hauling some kind of groceries, and obviously it's too much for me, and sometimes I live in a building now, so there are guys that that they will offer help, even women. They will say, "Oh, can I help you?" And I'll say, "Of course, yeah, thank you so much." And and there were a couple of times when I couldn't do it. I would ask because I knew I would not be able to lift that stuff, so I would ask for help. And I didn't feel bad about it because I knew I needed it. And if one person just said no, or just kept on going, oh well, somebody else was gonna help, and somebody else did. So yes. So Lisa says, I gave up my my driver's license in fear of hurting a child from a car accident. That is a very good thing you did, because obviously it is dangerous for a person who has seizures to be driving, because they may have a seizure at any time. And so just for everyone's safety, not just for yours and whoever is sitting in your car with you, but for everyone else around, that is a very, very good thing that you did. Okay? And Sophie says, Lisa, it's okay to be upset about not being able to do the thing you used to do. And yes, it is. I don't have I still feel like, I wish I could do it, and what I do is I try to find new ways of achieving either the same or some other things that I have chosen since, to achieve those things in a different way. Okay? Because obviously the old way is not working for me. So all you have to do is, let's say, okay, I want to give you an example, guys. If you ever feel stuck, okay, just imagine this, that you going, I was showing you this on another video, but it was about health video. Okay, so you're going from, let me just say here. Okay, so this is I want to show this because this is super, super important. Where's my pen? My pen has disappeared on me. Okay, so guys, okay, so let's say you are going from point A. This is the point A. There's a point B. Okay, and you're going, and okay, I have to go there. So let's say, I'm at a certain condition in my life, and I always go to work, all right? Now, suddenly something can happen, and it can happen to anyone, and it happens to everyone, once more or many times in a lifetime, where they can't do what they wanted to do. What happens when there's an obstacle? Suddenly there's an obstacle. I don't have anything to show an obstacle. My glasses? Okay. So here's an obstacle suddenly. Okay? There's an obstacle. What are you going to do? Okay? You have to go around it. You can't go through because there's an obstacle. So you have to find a new way. Okay? So rewire your brain. Okay? And find a new way to get what you wanted to get, and to achieve what you wanted to achieve, to get the quality of life that you design for yourself, because you may have to redesign everything, just like I did. I had to redesign everything. When Virginia started having seizures, I had to redesign everything around that, how I worked. Like, I was a single mom, so, and I was the only one providing, so I had to provide for the kids. I had to make sure that they're taken care of, and I had to work. And when she started having seizures, obviously that tracking thing wasn't going to work for me, so I had to find different ways of making money. Okay? And that's what I mean by rewiring your brain. You find, if something suddenly does not work for you because of something happened, you rewire your brain. You make a new plan for yourself. Okay? If the new plan that you designed for yourself is not working, you find a different one, and you keep on looking until you find something that works for you well, and something that brings you a certain amount of feeling of achievement, of feeling of fulfillment, because that's super important. Okay, let me just have a little bit of water. Hold on. So, Shannon says, I can sympathize with Virginia on some comments. I have heard her say about, I've always felt a burden to my seizures. So, yes, that is a huge issue for people with, with epilepsy. Like, for example, I am still always fighting to be able to like prepare food and stuff like that. It is super hard for me because of my conditions. But I know that I'm getting older, and I know that at some point things are gonna get a lot more difficult. So I'm implementing some changes to my lifestyle and to my life, in my life, to help me to get better. One of them is, to drop weight. I am definitely super heavy, and that needs to go first. So I'm addressing that issue. And so I understand that at some point, even though I may lose weight, at some point I may be at the point where I'm going to be dependent a lot, of on other people. So never feel like a burden. Okay, you have lived your life, and you did your best. And I kept on repeating this to Virginia many times, because I know, I told her, Virginia, please tell me if you need anything. Please tell me this. Please tell me how you feel. She was keeping a lot of it inside. It is not good to keep it all inside. And I tell you, you need to communicate with me. I cannot help you. I have some, a little bit of kind of psychic abilities, but not that much. So I don't know sometimes exactly what you need, or exactly how you feel. So I always said, tell me if you need anything. she will like keep stuff in, and then no, that's not good. Okay, you guys learn how to share, learn how to open up to your family and friends. Sometimes it may not always come back, the way you want it to, but that opening, you at least you did share. Okay, at least you did share. And if you didn't get the help that you were needed or that you were expecting, more than once, then you obviously know that you're not getting help from that person, or not to count on them the next time. Okay, so next thing is oh, hello. uh Wichita Rick. Okay, so I was trying to read this. My eyesight is not that good. Hello, Wichita Rick. Welcome to the stream. Hi. Very nice. First time I have ever actually um, chatted in here. So I'm glad you do. I am sure I know a few of you. um, and Lisa says, right. So Sophie says, at Wichita Rick, hi. I was part of the EF chat and a while back a member. So Wichita Rick says, also can relate. Went from full-time on the go to disability myself. Guys, I want to share this with you, to look at the disability when you go on disability. So when I applied for Virginia, I had to she was still a minor, so I had to apply. I did the application. It's a very long process. It's a very difficult, lengthy, lots of paperwork, lots of I prepared everything. I did a good job on that, and it was denied. So I had to do appeal, where I got some help from community kind of community lawyers and stuff, and they helped me. It was just a simple letter from them that just helped me to get what she should have gotten in the first place. But I was told that they reject like 80 or some percentage of applications the first time anyway. um, so, and then I had to go through mine. So the way I want you to see this is, uh, at the beginning it was super hard, because you go from, when you work. I don't know, let me just see, because the camera is not, it's the other way. So when you work, so you go from here, where it comes to income, to here. Okay, and it was super super hard at the beginning. And I was upset that I could not do the things that I wanted to do. And I was upset a lot, like, because got frustrated as well, because you suddenly had to cut down everything to bare minimum, and just to be able to go to pay the bills and stuff. And after years of doing this, okay, we're still at bare minimum, but after years, I actually see the good in it. The moment I see that I am getting help and that I am getting income, even though I am not able to work, it is still a huge blessing. So I still give thanks for what we have, and what that we still have this ability, that there's still that is still available for people who are disabled. In many countries they're not, and so things are completely different for them. Just let me hydrate a little bit, okay? Oh, I want to show you guys. So when Virginia started having seizures, so at the beginning, it's like having a new baby. You're learning how being a new mom, and you're learning to be a parent. And when Virginia started having seizures, I didn't know a lot of things. So a lot of like broken plates and stuff like that, in the house. I started changing everything from, I had glass tables, so I got rid of those. Started getting, table and chairs that are not easily breakable, and, something that's safe. And I also changed our china and a glass, because I grew up in Europe, so we drink from glasses, okay? But this is steel, stainless steel, and it's very good cups because you can do hot and cold drinks in that. So that's just a little tip for you guys. Um, okay, so oh oh wow, you guys are really chatting. Okay, okay, let me see. There's Sophie. Uh, okay. Okay, so yeah, the you guys are just saying hi to each other. That's super good. The whole point of this is so you guys can connect. Okay, now I'm gonna be here since Virginia can't be on every stream, and it's been really really super difficult to get her at the same time and during the day with me. That's why I started doing them by myself. Like for like all of this kind of summer, I didn't do anything on the streams because Virginia, well, she went through her surgery, the ankle surgery again, and so she kind of, she wasn't feeling well and stuff like that. So I was asking her to do this, and then she just, she just didn't want to, or she said yeah, and then she was sleeping. So I've decided I'm just gonna be here for you guys, and if she's up, I'm just gonna ask her to come on the stream. Okay, that's the best I can do. Okay, so okay, so Wichita Rick says, a good job, Lisa. I also worked in the trades most of my life, mostly heavy construction. Wow. Or rebuilding, tear down, nothing to be around having seizures. Yes. Like trucking. You can drive a tractor trailer, right? Which was, yeah. Anyways, Lisa says, I've been here, I've been there, hit myself with a cast iron, a scalp. Oh my goodness. Yes, so now you guys, you understand my point, right? And then Wichita Rick says, yes, I was a single dad for many years also. Wow. And you were saying find new ways. We have to be flexible in life. Absolutely. So Sophie says, I was not expected to graduate. High school, let alone go to college, but treated my life, my parents treated my life, oh, me, like any other child, and fully integrated from special ed. So that's what means go around. Okay, you can't get from A to B, in a straight. There's never a straight road. Okay, so even for people who don't have epilepsy, guys, understand that there's always gonna be all kinds of obstacles in our lives. Okay, and there's never a straight road. If you see straight road, you start going, and you're lucky enough it's straight, then that was like a wow, that was a really really good day. Okay, but always if there's an obstacle, go around, and just that's life. That's life. There's nothing else I can say about that. So I have fought like crazy to be normal, only to realize it is okay to be disabled, and it is okay if you cannot live alone. So yes, so that's another thing, especially for people, I would say, who are new at this, okay, or young. Like, I mean, my daughter Virginia, she would still like to be independent. Okay, she still wants to be independent, and I understand her point. That's a normal thing, you know. When children grow up, they kind of, you know, they want to leave the nest, and that's completely understandable. And she tried on a couple of occasions, actually more than a couple, and things didn't work out for her that well. And for her own safety, she, you know, she had to come back and live with me, or rather, I went to live with her because she moved away. Excuse me, just gonna have a water. But yes, it is safer uh, to live with somebody else, and it is better. Okay, it is better on the level that someone's gonna be there if and when you need help. Okay, so also making sure that the person who's gonna be there is the person who's gonna provide that help, because sometimes, you know, people, they just don't. Okay, so that's a different story. But you know, especially family member, friends, you know, if you have good people around you and you know that they're gonna help you, then you know, you are super super lucky. Okay, just give me a second again, I need more water. Just dry, dry, dry. I turned off my humidifier because it's daytime, and oh, these guys are putting heat like crazy here. Okay, anyways, so it is okay. It is okay, you realize you're disabled. It is okay. Go around the obstacles, guys, okay? And this is from experience, and I'm saying it from many times that I have, you know, gone through different obstacles in my life, and always found a way. As long as I asked myself the right questions, I usually came up with the right answers. And if it's something super super important in your life that you want to do, guys, put it down on paper. Okay, put a line in between okay, this is whoops, oh, right here. Okay, I'm getting confused, it's the other way, the camera. Okay, so let's say this is your paper. Okay, you put a line in the middle, and then right on one side your questions. Okay, this was a brainstorming when I did many years ago. I had to decide to move pretty much across Canada, from faraway province to another. And you know, I didn't know what to do. Like, I was in a hardship situation. So many things just changed for me more than once in, you know, in a very short period of time, and I needed to make a good decision for myself. So I did pros and cons. So I asked myself questions, I put the answers, and I picked the answer, and I says pros and cons to these answers. Okay, so that's a no. That's another one. You do another line and say pros to this answer and cons to this answer. Okay, well, which one should I then go with? And then you make the choice. And I know for a fact that I made the right choice. It took me a long time and took a lot of brainstorming, but I did make the right decision. Okay, so Wichita Rick says, yes, hi. Just Rick will do, and okay. And glad hear you, and I'm glad hear you also. Okay, Sophie says, I still have time where I think I'm not disabled. But the one of my condones remind me. So, those are the times where you forget for a minute, for a second, for whatever long that you're disabled. Those are the blessed times, okay? And I take it from me, because when I forget I'm disabled, I feel great, okay? That's when I feel great. So enjoy those times, okay? Rick says you are normal. And Lisa says, for weight loss, try drink 1/3 cup apple cider vinegar with 1 or 2 tablespoons honey in 8 ounces water every morning faithfully. Okay, yeah. So I have gone through a lot of diets and a lot of actually programs to lose weight that I have designed for myself. All of the ones that I have decided to lose weight, I have lost a lot of weight each time. And we're talking from when I was in my teens, from 15 to like 25 pounds to last time it was 100 pounds, okay? And before that was like some 80 some pounds. So I know I did have a success. My problem has been lack of movement because of my disability. So I'm going right now. I found a way around it, okay? I found a way around it, and I'm still working on that path around it, but I'm finding a way of going around the disability and designing a program that's going to work for me. All right, now I've started doing exercise program for people with disabilities, and I'm doing that right. I've started doing it on Twitch, but I'm bringing it to YouTube because on my transformation and on my health channel, because I want to the Twitch doesn't have uh, that good of a quality of videos, and they don't kind of keep them forever like YouTube does. So I want to do it on a platform that's gonna keep it there for a long time, so people have access to it, okay? So any of you who want to work out with me, you are welcome to come on the streams. I will start doing them um, uh, maybe a couple this week, 1 or 2 this week on YouTube, and then I will start doing most of them on YouTube, okay? And then maybe some of them on Facebook and Twitch as well, so I don't leave the platforms completely, but mostly here on Facebook. So you're welcome to come and dance with me, okay? If someone is bedbound, I also tell them some of the movements, exercises, and the importance of moving the body every day, okay? Okay, so we're gonna go down, and Lisa says great. Shannon says, I feel so much better every time I communicate with others who have seizures as well. Yes, because you know that you're communicating with people who understand you, okay? And that's a complete different level of emotional understanding, okay? You feel like you belong. So yes, Shannon, Rick says, Ganel, it can be the best help of anything you can do. I'm not sure I understand, but okay. Virginia probably would. I may not understand all the words, so sorry about that, guys. So Sophie says the epilepsy part. has taken a back burner, but my processing disorder or my other condones have been acting up since the pandemic. So, Sophie, do you feel more stressed? Like, conditions. Okay, so conditions. Yes, I got it. Yeah, when people usually, you can put an asterisk beside the words or before the word, and this is the word that you kind of correcting. I learned that on texting. Anyways, yes, I understand what you meant, and uh, the are you being stressed a lot more? Because a lot of people, or most people, I would say, I think all people, okay, everyone in the world is they're probably like has increased anxiety, increased whatever it is that they were feeling before, or even some feelings like they didn't know they had. Those feelings, I'm pretty sure they came out in the pandemic because of the extra stress and the extra things that people have to do, and a lot more restrictions, that you things that you can't do, and things that you have to do because, or you are obligated to do because of the pandemic. And Rick says, I have alone now. Oh, I live alone now. I'm sure when your daughter lived alone, it was very worrisome. Yes, I was super worried every day. I was thinking about her, how she's doing. I knew she didn't have much money. She had like no money to buy food. When she moved away, it was super hard for me as well financially. So, I had to go and like buy food for her and stuff like that because she thought she had enough, but she didn't. And so, those are things that, especially when you start a new life alone for yourself, things are different, because then suddenly you are responsible for everything, even for those things that somebody else did for you. Then now you are responsible for those things, and you may not realize that those things that you didn't know about, you always took for granted. So why I wanted to talk about this, because just give me a second. People sometimes, okay, they like the idea of being independent and living alone, because they think and doing things by themselves, because they think they're gonna be better off. Okay, there are many pros, many cons for that. Where it comes to kind of starting a new life away from somebody, um, you have to, like I said, do new things. So my ex-husband, actually, or ex-partner, we were never married, we lived for a long time, for many years. He said, I don't know, because he remarried, and he said, after he started paying all his own rent and everything out of his own pocket, he said, I don't know how you did all this. I had no idea how you paid for everything, and how you did all this, because it is super, super hard. I said, yes, it is. It is not easy. And you only know things when you come across them and you have to confront them. So by thinking, oh, I'm going to be better off alone, think again, who will you have to be living with, okay? Who you will have to share, let's say, an apartment with, or split the house with, or will you be able to provide, and how long you're going to be able to provide for yourself to live just alone. um, or is the person who you think that's a really, really good friend today, in a month they're gonna show their true face, and then you're gonna get to know them really, really well, and you're not gonna be able to live with them because of their whatever traits and, um, whatever character that they have. Okay, and so that's what I was trying to explain to my daughter. It is when you live with me, practice being good, practice sharing that space with somebody else, because I said, well, when I'm not here anymore, I want you to consider, always to consider to live with somebody. It's easier financially. It is good to have someone there all the time, someone who's gonna be who is actually there, maybe you need something, maybe you had a seizure. I would not want her to live alone. So I will be happy knowing that she has someone, a nice partner for her life at some point when she's ready, or when the pandemic goes away, she can, meet a nice guy. And and start a family, and do it all for herself, as she always wanted to. um so okay. So yeah, Sophie says mom wants me to live in an apartment where someone checks in on me and someone handles my money, as I have a severe math disability. So, Sophie, is that someone that has to be a very trusting person? Because, um, where it comes to, um, it's always best, even a family member, like, I mean, maybe not always best, but she has to choose somebody who will really, she will really, really trust. Okay. When it comes to money, people, sometimes, they abuse the system, and they don't always do as they should be doing, okay, for someone else. So those are all very good points. I think, I don't know what you think, but where she says, somebody comes in and checks on you, that's a great thing. With the math thing, maybe, it would be best to set up like something like uh, rent being paid directly, like right away, pretty much as soon as you get the check, so you don't have to do that math. And for someone to set up all those payments for you, kind of automatic. So on a certain date, that you don't have to, first of all, that you don't have to deal with that. And and someone can still come and check on you, make sure that physically you're okay, and that you're doing all right, that you have food, and that you're all right, right? I think that's a very good idea. Rick says it is good idea, no harm in getting help from with the helping with the keeping track of bills, etc. I had to do that also when I lost my memory. Okay, so yeah, how did you deal with that, Rick? If you can, like, who how did you do with the, like, the money tracking thing? Just to have maybe idea for some people who are at the same stage right now, who are not sure which way to go. I don't have personal experience with that, so I don't know. Sophie says, since the pandemic, I honestly, um, I stopped OTPT. I have regressed in my abilities, and my ADHD and processing disorder are acting up. And I hyper focus on certain things. Um, Ecstatic or 9/11. Okay. Oh, Ecstatic or 9/11. Okay. So obviously stress has a lot to do with it, and I don't think I've emphasized enough, like when you guys, when we all need time in a day to just relax, okay, and to unwind. So from all that added stress to the stress that we already had before, because we all had stress pre-pandemic, okay, and the life always brings new things, okay. So and then pandemic added just on top of everything. So with the normal life, or the normal for us life pre-pandemic, you know how we dealt with, we needed extra stress release. So we needed, let's say, extra listening to kind of relaxing music, or maybe just extra time sitting outside, on just sitting outside listening to the birds sing and stuff like that, or on a on the shoreline of an ocean or something like that. And doing something that would make you feel good, make you feel relaxed, whatever it is that works for you guys, whether it's comedy, where to release the stress and tension, whether it's exercise, or just being out in a park and relaxing, playing with your dogs, whatever it is. Just give me a second, I need some water. Hydrate, okay? Ah, okay. So my anxiety is okay, Sophie says, and as long as I take the cod liver oil, that helps a lot. Yes, Sophie, time does. Okay, so Rick says yes, Sophie. Sophia, time does that when you have that new free time to let your mind idle. Our minds, our minds regress. And Sophie says, mind you, the living what? Oh, situation in the future. Okay. Shannon says, Sophia, I am glad your anxiety is okay. I believe with epilepsy that anxiety can always be very common. It is. It is very common. It is very common, especially with people who have disabilities as well, because you're dealing with a lot more than people without disabilities. You have to kind of conform yourself to a certain way of life, and as I said, find a new pathway. So sometimes anxiety sets in because people feel like they're trapped. When I've dealt with anxiety myself, and I know I get anxiety when I start feeling trapped. And the only way to get rid of it is to go through things that I do when I get anxiety, and obviously getting out of that situation of feeling trapped at the moment. Okay, so okay. Okay, did I read this already? Sophia had anxiety. Okay, so the anxiety already. So Rick says, you made good points, and we're saying it all nicely. Just someone you can trust. Social services will help set up those accounts for that. Very nice. Okay, so I was kind of thinking that, that you could reach out to, especially I know the social services can set up the payments for the rent for sure. So your shelter is number one on the list when you get paid. Okay, so shelter, food, and other necessities after. Okay, but shelter, food is always first. And when you get those things covered, then you can worry about or distribute other money to other things. Thank you for that. Um, all right. So Sophie says, I have memory loss. I will forget to eat or go to appointments or send the same text many times or send the same text many times. Okay, excuse me. So I also have, because over the years I've been taking meds for my pain. And the ones that I've been taking for the past few years recently have been affecting my memory and have been affecting my thinking process. So, when it comes to forgetting to eat and memory loss, we're talking short term, especially short term memory. If I don't get something out in the moment I'm thinking it, I may forget completely about it. And maybe remember it later, maybe not. Virginia can attest for that to that, and huh?
What can I attest
To my short and long term memory loss.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you're ready, you can come because people are missing you. Okay, and Sophie says, I have memory loss. I will forget. Oh, yeah, okay. So I was reading about the food. So, yes, I will also forget to eat. And this the sending text maybe not, because like sometimes I will say something and then I'm thinking, okay, did I already say that? And I will ask. Yeah, so Virginia says I do that a lot. So there you go. It's like sending text, only I'm saying it. Um, so Shannon says, Rick, I agree. And Rick says, my brother was my payee for a time. Okay. So yeah, that's good, because then you had someone there to help you out, and it's good. I think the main things is always rent, to setting up the rent, and then food. Okay, and then the other bills you can like set up automatic payments from your account, like say a phone bill or internet bill and stuff like that. All right, guys, I'm gonna check time, because at 3 o'clock we're supposed to. Okay, we're good still. 3 o'clock we're supposed to do the watch party, so we can go and do watch party on. I've been doing it on Twitch so far. Have any of you been on the watch party with me? Just let me know. So Sophie says, and I will be like, why is my stomach growling? Or, wait, did I eat lunch? Okay, yeah. So yeah, I will forget. Sometimes I will do things, because I know if I go do things first, before I go prepare food, because I know if I go prepare food, I'm not gonna have enough energy to do that other thing. So many times I just go do things, even sometimes for hours. If I go somewhere, I have to go somewhere, and let's say do like grocery shopping, and hours later I'm back home, and then I'm like super hungry. I am super tired. I just want to go and lie down. But I know that we have to eat. We all have to eat, and we also have a couple of dogs who also want to eat. So yeah. But yeah, well, that's a good thing. The stomach is gonna let you know that that you're hungry at some point, and so that's a good point. So Shannon says, I haven't been on the watch party. Okay, so I'm gonna show you. So there are different ways of doing watch parties. Okay, there are. I wanted to show you my, if I can find it. Sorry for that noise. I wanted to show. Where is it? Okay, I'm gonna type it in, okay? I'm gonna type my... I have to sign into the chat, really? Okay. So I'm gonna leave it on the phone then. I'm gonna leave the chat on the phone here. Okay. Okay, what's going on? There you go. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so my, are you familiar? You go to twitch.com, so I'm gonna write this down. Twitch.com, okay? And then when you're on twitch.com, you type Realexcel for you, okay? And this is my okay, Twitch TV. Sorry, I need to go and have a second look. I think it's Twitch TV. Okay, let me just open that up. Okay, it's Twitch TV, not Twitch.com. If you type Twitch.com, it will still show up as... So Twitch.tv. Okay, and then in a search, so it's like it's like a YouTube, and in a search, you can type in Realexcel for you, or Twitch TV / Realexcel for you. I'm just gonna send it to you right now, okay? / Realexcel for you, okay? And so this is my channel on Twitch, and all you have to do is just come on my channel, and we're gonna do the watch party. Now, how many of you have Amazon Prime? You guys have Amazon Prime? Oh, don't go there yet. Oh, okay, so Shannon says thumbs up, so that's good. Okay, and okay. So from when you sign in, then we're gonna pick a movie that we wanna watch. Do you guys have so this is something I want to do for like Sundays. So something like a comedy, just to kind of, get away from the reality, so from the reality of things, and have that mental relaxation, that mental break that we need from everyday life, from all the difficulties and all the things that we have to deal with, okay? So it's like a mini vacation, and I love watching things because those are mini vacations for me. Okay, so Rick says, I did not like that though, because I also had my daughter, but he made sure my bills were paid for about 6 months. Honestly, I faked getting my memory back and took a lot of notes. Okay, yeah, no, I understand. Like, that's what I was, that's what I was saying, that you really have to trust the person, who's gonna do those things for you, and not, like, just because it's a family member doesn't always mean that they're gonna have your best interests for you, right? Uh, everybody's situation is different, everybody's life is different. We come from different parts of the world. Even in a neighborhood, you could live you know, with a neighbor is completely different person. They go through completely different things in their lifetime. So, okay, so yeah, super, Shannon. So we can pick a movie, and I want to stick to comedies, especially at in the pandemic. I hope we don't run out of comedies or action adventure, maybe something that's like really, really that's adventurous, that's, you know, kind of nice in a nice context, as opposed to something that's really super heavy where you have to kind of fight for your life, which is something like The Walking Dead, which I loved. I watched the whole series, I think, 4 times already. And so, I mean, I still love all this other stuff, but I know that for a fact I need that vacation from the stress, from having to, you know, kind of fight for your life all the time. And those mini vacations where it comes to, like, let's say closing your eyes and, you know, imagining yourself you're on a beautiful beach somewhere, listening to some, like, you know, ocean waves, and you know, thinking, or birds, and imagining yourself in the, you know, in a park with some little bit of wind and stuff. So those mini vacations are super important. Okay, and whatever works for you guys, you know, that is the thing that you should be doing as often as possible. Let me have some hydration. Ah, super. Um, okay. So, Rick says, yes, I can relate. Was a side effect of meds, and used to forget to eat. Also, a friend used to call me and ask me if I ate. That's good. Was funny for me. uh, uh, I am a cook, and I am used to cooking for others. Okay, so yeah, that still, you know, does not mean much. You could be cooking for others and still forget to eat, you know, yourself. So yeah, that's good. You have a friend who calls you to ask if you ate. That's wonderful. You know, it's. I tell Virginia from my personal experience, I said, treasure those friends who are there for you, who are good to you, and who are good for you. And keep them close, okay? And always remember that, you know, the relationship goes both ways. That, you know, that you also provide, you know, some support if they, you know, if they need help, you know, if they're in distress or whatever, you know, provide support and be there for them as well. Um, so Shannon says, yes, you have Amazon movies, and uh, super. And Wichita says, good. Okay, Rick. Yes, some might. Yes, some might recall my first experiences with memory problems. Is why I started writing poems about this. Most were a way to keep track. Uh, I got lost here. This moved. Okay, to keep track of those raw emotions before I slept and forgot them. That's super cool. That's, you know, also I have to write things down. If I don't write things down so many times, I don't know if you guys have seen any of my um, other live streams where especially when I was doing it with Virginia, because when she, like, let's say if she starts talking right now, I'll forget what I was thinking about, and, you know, the thought is completely gone. So I would prepare things on a board, all the points and all the things that I want to talk about, because I knew that I would definitely not cover everything. I would probably not even cover half of it if I didn't write it down. And I like to write things down. I need to write things that I need to do. I need to write pretty much like almost like everything. And like if I have, let's say, appointments, I always tell the offices to make sure that they call me, to make sure that they remind me all the time. I actually have a dentist who reminds me so often that I cannot forget. Like, but yeah, so I mean that's a good thing, you know, when you have when they send you, like they can send you texts and they can send you emails and, you know, let you know that you have an appointment or something. So that's good. Um, Sophie says those with epilepsy get tired easily. Look up spoon theory. Ah, okay. So she's there. Okay, so Shannon, do you know any comedies that you already want to watch? We can just pick some. Um, there was, let me see. There was another. Oh, I closed the window. Okay, let me see. I don't want to open too many windows. It's gonna take away from. Um, it's gonna take the, what do you call it? The energy away from my stream. It's gonna steal it. Okay, so Amazon Prime. Okay, so there's yeah, there's a few. We can just look at it. We can type comedy and see if you want to watch something. Uh, we can watch. Yeah, there's a Red 2. I don't know if that's kind of. I watched a little bit of it. It wasn't such good humor. It's as funny. Anyhow, so Sophie says, I can be so tired that I sleep. My hands shake due to being used, so I avoid lifting, and this is what happens. When I stopped OT, I noticed that my arms have gotten weaker. Like I have wrists now. So apparently, when muscles, okay, so I can talk about this, and I can actually, on the subject, I have a lot to tell, because over the years, okay, even though I'm super heavyweight, my muscles have kind of atrophied a lot. Okay, this is one of the reason why I started doing exercise, because if you do not exercise your muscles, you will get weaker and weaker. Okay, to the point where your body is not going to be able to support. It's like the muscles are supposed to support the bones. Okay, the muscles, the ligaments, they're all supposed to work together in being one, you know, a strong machine. Okay, or functioning, everyday functioning machine for whatever it is that you need to do. Now, because of the accidents that I had, and the first one I had, the car accident, um, I was unable to exercise after that at all. I was not able to lift anything. Not even like, maybe not even 5 pounds, because I would get like a super bad headache. So I was not able to put pressure like on my brain. I did hit my head on the side of the car when I had the accident, and so that affected me for quite some time. And before that, I was like working out at the gym for like 2.5 to 4 hours every day, and I was super super strong. And you know, the life from there like up to here changed to up to, like, you know, down to you know, to where it is right now. But one thing happens is, when the less you use your muscles, uh, the less strong you're gonna be. So that's why I say, for people who have disabilities, they should be doing exercises no matter of how small those exercises seem. So um, walking is a great exercise. Just give me a second. Walking works your leg muscles. Okay, it's a natural exercise. It cleanses your lymphatic system and your legs work out. Now, when it comes to arms, okay, you can get yourself really, okay, even when I exercise, Sophie, I know you probably won't be able to do the workout, the dance workouts with me because of your seizures, but you can do the exercises I do, you can do them just sitting down. You don't have to, I don't really jump, but you can just do things, doing like arm lifts and doing resistance training with your arms, because you can do it. And I was doing it last time on my last stream on Twitch, where I was doing resistance exercise with my arms. I'm on the wrong side here because the mirror camera is confusing me. So the arms is straight. Even okay, so the arm is straight, and then you're doing resistance, like having your arms straight. So by doing resistance exercises instead of lifting weights at the beginning, you are strengthening. Okay, you are starting to build strength. Then you can add really tiny weights. You can start with 1 pound. Okay, you can start with 2.5 pounds, or whatever it is that works for you. Okay, just there are like tiny weights. The ones I have, the smallest ones are like, I think, 2.5. And to tell you the truth, after all these years of like not working out, 2.5 pounds is like a lot for me. So right, I've been doing the strength exercises first, and then once I feel strong enough, I will start with 2.5 pounds. Okay, I've bought 10 pounds because I used to lift 10 pounds like nothing, but that was prior to to getting worse. And once you build, you need to do this every day. If you get tired and you need to skip a day, that's okay. You come back the next day. That just make sure that you come back the next day, that you make a routine, and you say every day, let's say 6 o'clock, I do the workout, or 7 o'clock I do workout, or whatever it is time that works for you, right? Because everybody has their own lifestyle and things that they do at different times. And but you promise yourself that you're gonna do this every day. For example, Sophie, you can do Pilates. Now Pilates, the simple Pilates, you can do that because you don't need to be jumping around or anything like that. You can be doing it from a sitting and lying down position, okay, which is a really good exercise for you. It's a strength exercise and builds the core, it builds the muscles, and it's gonna build your strength. Okay, so sorry, this is a subject where I start blabbing off because like I've done it for so many years, and I just find so much value in exercise. And I started the exercises about 3 weeks ago. Was it? Yeah, about almost 3 weeks ago. On Twitch, and I've been exercising, and it just brings so much more energy into my life, and I want to share this with others. Okay. So Sophie says, okay, I already read that. Okay. So Sophie says, I know that it is not good that I have lost so much. Yes, those email reminders help me with my bills now. Okay, so that's really good. See, there's so many ways, and also there are actually apps now. You have to be careful though with the apps. Make sure that the app is trusted, because when you're setting anything with an app, you always have to read, for example, what information they need from you for you to use that app, because the free ones, some of them ask for a lot of personal information that they don't need to know. Okay, so no matter how many people signed up for it, always read what the app wants from you, and then you decide whether you want to use the app or not. But yeah, there's many apps. uh, there is one thing that I personally am not scared to give information to is one company is Google itself. Uh, every other company, like, I'm just questioning, like, why do you need all this so much information? And I don't know, just for some reason, I built that trust, and so you have to build your own, and you need to understand, and think of, is this someone that I can trust? Is this a company, or this program, because there are many programs that can actually set it up. There's calendar reminders, Rick, especially. I don't know if you're using calendar reminders on Google. There are different ones, like I have a Samsung phone, so Samsung has its own reminders, it has its own calendar. But if you have a smartphone, you can use whatever calendar you have. You can use reminders on your calendar to pay certain bills at a certain time. Okay, and what I've done for myself is, because I keep on forgetting, even though I get reminded. So sometimes I put reminders very close together, close to the time where something is supposed to be happening, to make sure that, let's say if I have an appointment, something super important, I will set up at least anywhere from 3 to maybe even 6 reminders, starting from a day before up to closer to as to the time comes to where I have to be, because I want to make sure that I'm gonna get there, that I'm gonna get there, that I'm not gonna fall asleep, or I'm gonna go off and go do shopping and completely forget about it. So yeah, that's something that that has helped me to deal with things. And I still sometimes I remember dates, but reminders are the best thing. Um, okay. So Sophie says, this is what I am talking about. During the pandemic, I have not kept at all my chronic illness in check. Like I said, the epilepsy has taken a back burner. And if I need to lift something, I can, but my body will pay for it. So yeah, you feel pain, or do you drop it? Like, what happens to you? Because yeah, it could be both. Now Rick says, can relate also. I'm getting older. Have sat more on in the last 5 years than all the years before. Think these men depressed me enough to sit still. Unfortunately, that's the deal that we get. Okay, uh, it's it's the better of the two evils. We need to choose the better of the two evils. Okay, and we choose the better way to go for us, even though there's always some kind of price to pay for things. Okay, now let's say, okay, so for example, I'm starting on this exercise program. I already live with pain every second of my life. It's horrible. And I understand that if I don't move my body, I will not get better, because that has not worked for me in the past 10 years. And it has not worked for me in the past. The only way that I have ever lost weight and felt good and felt better and be stronger was when I was working out. So even for those who are bedbound, I say, okay, work out your Pilates, lifting up your arms, moving your arms around. That's Pilates. Okay, and you can do it on top of your bed. You don't even have to get off the bed. I'm talking about people who are severely disabled and who cannot be upright at all. Movement is super important. It keeps your body clean, okay, and keeps it healthy. And also very good for the brain as well, because you are bringing more blood, you're bringing more oxygen, obviously you're breathing more, and the whole body is functioning better. Um, okay. Okay, so now Sophie says, my left hand has been in the past shaken for up to an hour after my arms hurt for 3 days. Yeah, I'm sorry, Sophia. Sorry to hear that, but the all is well. Okay, good positive thinking. And Rick says yes. Went back to stretching. Very good. Every day last January. Just that has helped me a lot. Yes. Stretches are a must. Stretches are super good. They give you a bigger range of movement. So let's say you stretch in the morning or before you start your work, whatever, and then you have more range of your movement. You're moving better, and your body is actually, you're getting more out of your body. You're getting more out of the day. Okay. Um, uh, okay, so the stretches help a lot. Do stretches while standing at the kitchen counter is easy to do. It becomes a habit. Yes. So obviously you incorporate it into your life, into when it's good for you. Always set up time, like you know at which point, or at which point of your functioning of the day. Let's say you get up, you go before you make breakfast, you go and do your stretches, at the kitchen counter. Okay, like I know when I do my stretches, I do my stretches in the morning, as pretty much almost as soon as I get up, and then before and after the exercise. So now, but before, I did not do any stretches for a very long time. It was the worst thing. It's the worst way to go. So Sophie, even stretches, you can start with stretches. Your mom can help you with some lymphatic massage, which is super like light. You don't have to press on the body hard at all. It's just moving your lymph around your body. Okay, and you're still young, so you walk around and stuff, and that's a good exercise in itself as well. So yeah, a habit. So you get into a habit of doing stretches and doing the exercise, whatever the exercise is. As I said, walking is an exercise. That's a good one. A half a gallon of milk jug full of water is 4 pound is 4 pounds. Put that in one of those cloth shopping bags, and sit it by your chair, and by habit lift it with one arm routinely is helpful. So yes, people exercise all day, okay, when they're doing shopping and they're moving around. So exercise is every time you move, it is helping your body to cleanse, and that's why we have this range of movement, and we're supposed to have a nice good range of movement, so our bodies are cleansed properly. Okay, if you guys understand how blood works, your heart pumps the blood, right? Brings oxygen, brings nutrients to your brain, to all of your cells. Now, if the heart doesn't pump much, so meaning the person doesn't move much at all, there's obviously, first of all, not enough oxygen, not enough nutrition, going to all the cells, and so the bodies are not as healthy as they could be, because anybody who starts doing something that they can pump more blood and more oxygen into their cells, obviously going to be healthier. Anything that you do, guys, don't do it by yourself. Always do it with supervision because of the epilepsy, okay? Sophia says certain details are changed in the statement above to protect my privacy. Okay. So I have done yoga since I was about 12, but stopped since the pandemic. After I graduated from HS yoga, has been uh, has been my main form of PT. Okay, so that's good. Well, that's what works for you, because it's passive, and if that works for you, then that's the thing that you should continue on doing, because we all need to be able to do, or to do exercise that we are able to do. Okay, and Rick says it is just the minder from the company website. I won't argue the app's points, but truly Google is the worst. Really, they know too much. Oh, they know too much already. I do not even own a cell phone, by the way. Okay, well, yeah, Rick, every company is doing that right now. You open any app, you open like anything that any program you want on your computer, they, the privacy, nobody reads the privacy statements, and they are kilometers long for the reason of people not reading them, so they can collect all kinds of information about you, and every single company is doing that. Okay, um, unfortunately, but that's what the thing, the big data right now. That's the thing nowadays. Okay, the more they know about you, the more the company, the more information it has, the more it's gonna be worth in the future, because the data is gonna be the big future. It's the data about people, about what they use, what they buy, everything is about the data right now. Okay, anyway, so how is it possible, also a positive note in regards to stretching and yoga. As someone with low muscle tone, I find I am very flexible due to the fact that I do not have the muscles to resist. Okay. Well, the yoga is gonna help you to strengthen the core and the muscles. So you will probably not build huge muscles, but you will strengthen the ones that you have, and you will build that strength, like the core strength, which is all of your body, including your arms and your legs. Okay, yoga is really good for that. um Rick says cool, yoga is the best. Stretching helps a lot. I walk at least 5 days a week, though. Very good. Sophie says, like, just walking, I feel my hip not pop out. Not pop out of last completely, but it does pop out of the joint. Okay, so yeah, you're dealing with a hip. Uh, my mom and myself, well, we always had hip problems as well. Sometimes, somewhat it runs in the family, because my kids don't have it. I think yeah, my older daughter has her hip when she's exercising, and then my sister's daughter as well. She had the hip problem when she was little. So I think, why is it genetic? Like, why does it affect family members, it is not fun. But unfortunately, sometimes it is genetic, and we got to deal with what happens. So hopefully you can still walk, Sophie, or do you have to stop walking? What's the deal in that situation? How do you deal with that? And yes, interesting. Can recall talking with others before about some people who were gym rats started having who started having long seizures. Really? Okay. Interesting expression, gym rat. Is that somebody who spends a lot of time in the gym? Okay. I was one of those people who spend so much time in the gym. The reason why, because my last best actually program that I put myself on was I actually paid the trainer. I hired a trainer at the gym and to learn how to use the machines, and it was one of the best money I have ever spent to pretty much everything. My life changed. My life changed for so much better. After I exercised, I lost 100 pounds, and I got a good job. People responded to me differently. Like all suddenly all the doors opened for me. Things were like super super cool. So even when you work out, there is always release of endorphins. There is your emotional stamina will build. Okay, so not just physical, your emotional stamina will build, and you will feel more confident. So people who work out on a regular basis, they're usually happier, first of all because they get rid of a lot of stress when they're working out, and second of all, they're working out all those issues as they work out physically, and the body feels better, so they're not irritated by the pain, by aches and stuff like that. You still get pain and aches from the exercise itself. And I just remember that I lost the thought when I was starting to talk about my exercise, and I started it because of my pain, and thus enduring more pain. But this is the only way to go. I have to go through it. Now this thing, I cannot go around it. I have to go through it. So I got to find the ways of me losing weight by doing physical movements, because that's what works for me, for my body type anyways, and I believe for anybody anyways. So I would love to do yoga, says Shannon. I should try that. Oh, also a good movie on Amazon is The Burbs, 1989 version. So The Burbs, is that a series though? Because it sounds like I think it's a series. Yeah, let me know if that's a series. Because I kind of want to watch just kind of one movie today. And then, is The Burbs? Well, we can check it out when we get there, okay? And we'll check out what that is. It sounds like something I might have watched, though. And clearly I think you have, but you're willing to do it one more time. So it must have been really good. So Sophie says, no, I still walk. I just move my leg. And will move my leg in a way to get it back in place. Okay. All right. Okay. And so have the doctors found any solution for you for that, Sophie? Because as your age progresses, and now you're still very very young, but as your age progresses, things are gonna start happening more and more often. They're gonna not go the way you want to, okay? And so you gotta find a solution, or think and ask doctors, for solutions to this. What's their best way? What's the solution that you can find that you know, as you get older, you know, how you're gonna deal with that, you know. um, okay, so it is not painful. Okay, so hopefully you know, a doctor said that, you know, it's not gonna become painful, because if at some point it may, then you need to talk to different doctors until one comes up with a solution that's gonna work for you. Okay. And Rick says yes. You're right. I actually read the last one was from my water bill. Oh, I missed something. Okay, I think I missed. Yeah. I missed reading something. Okay. Oh, it's a movie. Okay, The Burbs. I'm pretty sure I watched it. Yeah, and it was. It's a 1989. Okay. Sophie says also without my orthotics. Okay, so you were wearing orthotics. Okay, the doctor explained that for me it is like walking in wet sand. As you can imagine, that takes a lot of energy. Sand takes a lot of energy. I hate as I was gaining weight and getting worse. Um, in my condition was getting worse. It was more and more difficult to enjoy going on the beach. I love the beach. I love the sun. I love one of the most pleasurable things for me is swimming in the ocean. And I'm sorry, guys, I have to say this, but you know, it's just going through the beach, through the sand to get to that ocean. It was like, I don't know, like going through a grinder or something, because it was so difficult, so excruciating. And you know, last time I was on vacation in Cuba. That was many years ago. It was a great vacation, and I actually, one of my accidents happened there. I fell down. I ended up in a wheelchair. For the rest of my vacation, I fell down the first night. I slept on. There was a leak in our room, and from the air conditioning, and I slept as I was going to the bathroom, and that was the end of my vacation. I could not even go on the in the water at all. So I tried. I kind of got to the door of the beach, meaning I stepped in the sand and I went back. Like at the end of kind of my vacation, I tried to walk it off a little bit, but no, I was using walker and crutches after I came back from the vacation for a long time, so that one affected me really badly. That was a bad fall. Okay, anyways, um, oh, okay. um, Okay, so Shannon says, I wasn't prepared today for a movie, but I'm going to spend time with my mama. Okay, that's super cool. Thanks, Shannon. And Rick says, yes, meant more muscle bound people now having those seizures. With more muscle, you have more to pull out of place if having a tonic-clonic seizure. I was or sorry, I was or am very strong, very from working. Okay, no, I understand your point. Yes. Yes, at times when I started working out, I had cramps and stuff, and uh, yeah, it hurts a lot when the muscles get when they get tonic, like when they get all clumped up and like that. I hear you, Rick. Okay, so I have started dislocating my hips and shoulder during seizures will be a new thing to deal with. Oh, yeah. So, but it's, oh, you have started. Oh, um, Sophie says, so like walking from one place to another should be easy and not be tiring, but for me it is as though I am walking in wet sand. Okay. Yeah, so Sophie had a little flurry there. Okay, no, I understand. Like, who helps you, Rick, when you do you have to call ambulance every time this happens? Obviously, while dislocating your hips and or shoulder, uh, you either have somebody at home who can put it back together for you, somebody who's trained, or you have to be calling ambulance every or EMT every time for somebody to come and help you. Um, okay, so Shannon, I will chat again. So Shannon, are you coming to see the movie? Because I'm finishing up right now to go on Twitch to watch the movie. Are you coming? Let me know. Okay. Bye. Hope you're coming. Okay, so guys, I'm gonna finish up. Rick, I just wanted to say so Rick says, Channel, nice to meet you, and Sophie says that with orthotics it feels as though I am walking in the sand. Okay, still get tired after work. Bye, Shannon. Thank you for being with us. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Now, Rick, um, please let us know if you can still type in or post under the video, please. This information for, especially for, people who watch these videos, they benefit from learning from other people. So, I mean, if you don't mind, how you deal with that. Do you call EMT? I don't know where you are, whether you're in the States. If you are, then I'm pretty sure that gets super expensive to having to pay for each EMT call. And oh, okay. Shannon, you're going to see your mama. Okay. All right. So, thanks, okay? We'll see you next Sunday. I will be starting to do these more often. So, hopefully, guys, you can come as often as possible, okay? And chat. Invite your friends as well, okay? Bye-bye. Have a great Sunday. All the best. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna finish up and uh, uh, Virginia has never I just wanted to make this to say talk about this that Virginia has never actually dislocated any of her like shoulder or hips, but she has had many different kind of really really bad seizures. With the at moments where I thought it was gonna be super super bad for her, and at times we had so many visits to emergency that it's countless visits to emergency, but I never had to deal with a dislocated shoulder, so I'm pretty sure it's super excruciating pain, and yeah, and like sometimes people kind of learn how to put the stuff back in themselves if they cannot afford paying for professionals every single time, but then again, it's if you can have someone to come and help you, then that's the best thing to do. Okay, so I'm kind of still waiting if Rick is gonna write down what he was saying about his dislocation of the hip and shoulders. If we can hear back from you, Rick. Okay, otherwise in the meantime I want to say, guys, to like, subscribe, and share. If you find our videos helpful, consider subscribing. The subscribers get notifications when the videos come out, when the live streams are gonna come on, and that's how Sophie always knows our live streams are on, because she pressed the bell button to receive all the notifications. That's what you gotta do besides the subscription button. There's 3 different bells, and you press on the top one, and means you receive all the notifications for that. Okay. Also, so from us, I want to wish you a very happy holiday season. I wanted to mention that we have a couple of merch stores. I have listed one of them on the right bottom corner. It's from Redbubble, and you just go and type in, well, the name is right there, so you can just type that in a search, up in a search in Google. And I wanted to ask for you guys, if you are shopping, a lot of people do shop on Amazon. For you, if you are shopping anyways, to go ahead and just support us and follow any of our links, to go and shop for your stuff, and that's gonna help us out. Okay, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us to support the channel. All right, so that's a wrap up for today. Come on next Sunday. Okay, so this is gonna be a regular thing on Sundays, and in the meantime, I will post every day. I will post when the next live stream is coming out, and it will be more than likely on Tuesday, because tomorrow we are going to get water from Canadian Springs. So we have to drive out of town very far to get a lot of water, so we can have some for the winter. Okay, and then be back on Tuesday on another live stream, and I'm gonna try to do it early enough so you guys can all come on. So Rick says yes, we'll try to say more on those videos. Super cool, Rick. And you can remember, guys, that you can always leave messages and below the video. So in below the video, you can just type whatever it is that your thoughts were, or if you have any other questions. I will see those messages and I will be able to respond. Okay. And no, I have not called EMT in a long time, or never myself anyway. Oh, okay, all right. Thank you for that. Okay, and a lot of people choose not to, which, I mean, after many years of just ending up in emergency and just wasting our time and super exhausted, we choose almost never to go anymore. All right. So lots of love to all of you guys. All right. Thank you for being with me, Rick, Shannon, Lisa, which is probably gone already, and Sophie. Okay. Thank you guys. Lots of love out to you. See you next time. Okay. I'll be coming back on Tuesday. All right. I'll post a time. And you'll be able to see in the notifications on YouTube when the video is coming out, and also in our community tab. Okay, if you're looking for the next video. Ciao ciao. Bye.